Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 59 of our Move the Needle YouTube and podcast series. I'm Mathew Blades.
Steve Petz.
Let's go, buddy. We are live back at the bunker at the Foothills Golf Club. This is such a great spot.
Loving it. Cooling off, almost prime golf season coming up here.
Right.
So you can start to feel it in the air. You're going to start seeing some people walk behind us. I think some activity here in the bunker.
I think by the time this podcast comes out, the club is going to be back open for golf. Or really close.
Close.
Yeah.
A few weeks. We'll talk about that too.
Okay.
For sure.
Special shout out to Amy Richardson at Savvy Realty Group and Keystone Montessori down the street. Of course, Tutor Doctor and Kim over there. And our buddy Alex. Got the best pizza on planet Earth over at Vero Pizza.
Yeah, and also
Appreciate you guys.
Talking about food, we're at the bunker. They're bragging about here. There's a bunch of people at the bar right now ordering food. People are coming here for happy hour, which we're going to see some activity this way too. I know they're people are bragging about their food here at the bunker. So come on to Foothills Golf Club as well.
So we've got a great show today. Look, if you're in small business and you feel like, man, I could use a business coach, we're actually going to bring on one of those business coaches today, Nicole Burbank. If your life is FUBAR, as they say, and you're looking for some help there, we've got a transformational coach coming on today in Erika Frost. But first, if you're like me, if somebody said, we're going down to the Dragon Boat races today, you would say, what's that? We're going to learn what that is all about with our first guest, Ben Choi. We'll see you in just a minute.
Can't wait.
Buying or selling a home is one of the most important decisions you're going to make, so you deserve someone who truly cares about your journey. I'm Amy Richardson with the Savvy Realty Group and HomeSmart. Living and raising my family in Ahwatukee for nearly 20 years, this community isn't just where I work, it's my home. Growing up in the Midwest, I learned early the importance of connections and relationships. These values shape everything I do. From our initial conversation to long after you've settled into your new home, I'm here to provide ongoing support and guidance. From staging to cutting-edge marketing strategies, we expertly showcase your home to sell swiftly for the highest possible price. So if you're ready to buy or sell, please reach out to me. And remember, important decisions require savvy solutions.
Hello, I'm Laura Hertzler, head of school here at Keystone Montessori, nestled in the Ahwatukee foothills. We are celebrating over 25 years of serving the community with authentic Montessori education. Our community at Keystone is home to 12 classrooms serving children from 15 months to 15 years old. We take great pride in each of our Montessori environments that support our students at each stage of their development. Please call us today for more information. We would be happy to welcome you to the Keystone family.
Well, welcome back. It's time for segment number 1 of our Move the Needle podcast. We're sitting down with Ben Choi here today. You got his Team USA gear on. How are you, brother?
Good.
Good.
Yeah?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, I'm psyched to have you because I have this much of an idea about what you do and what Dragon Boat racing is. But before we get to that, you grew up in Hawaii.
Yes.
When did you come here to, Arizona?
The mainland.
1989.
Okay.
It's been here for a while.
Yeah, on purpose? It was intentional?
Yeah, I graduated from the University of Hawaii in 89, so I came up here looking for a job.
Did you find one?
Yeah, I did.
Is that what you've been doing for the last 20 plus 30 years?
Dragon boating?
No, your career?
Yes.
Yeah, amazing.
Fortunately, there was no jobs in Hawaii, so.
And a platform engineer? Is that what you do? Oh, nice.
What does that mean? What kind of? Because my son's in engineering at ASU, so.
We work with autonomous driving cars. Yeah.
Get out! That's so exciting.
Yeah. So we put our chips in the cars.
I always wonder this question. You might know the answer to it. When you're driving next to one of those autonomous cars, they got these things spinning really, really, really fast all over the car. What is that? What is that about?
You're probably talking about the LiDAR. It basically kind of sends out a signal so that it can map the surrounding environment.
So it gets it right.
Yeah, it basically maps a picture of what's around the car.
That's so cool.
Constantly spinning around, constantly
Well, it
doing
goes
that.
so fast.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Constantly taking pictures.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, when I look out and I see nobody actually driving the car, I'm glad they've got that technology and they're spinning at that high rate of speed.
In Tempe, they are all over the place. In Tempe, they're coming out here now to the foothills.
Oh yeah, you see them everywhere.
Yeah,
how long until this is pretty much a mainstay? I mean, it's growing. It is growing in certain cities, but how long until a lot of us are jumping in an autonomous car.
Yeah, they're still kind of actively working to expand their service. They started here just because we have a very nice, cross-grid type of a street system here. The curved roads and some of the more challenging type environments they'll start working on. So it'll be a few years.
Okay, all right. It is cool.
Yeah.
It's not why he's here. Obviously, he doesn't have his
and
autonomous.
I don't think they use the technology in paddling yet. Probably not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe
Not
in the
yet.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, the 20th annual Arizona Dragon Boat Festival is coming up in March. And I'm online and I'm reading, Steve, like you probably were. The mission is to promote the sport of dragon boating in Arizona. Visit our site to learn more about the teams and all the things that we do. And then I go online and I'm like, hold on a second. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 10 teams here in Arizona that are all doing dragon boating. The Dragon Riders, the Gila Dragons, Mungi, Phoenix Desert Dragons, the Phoenix Heat, Team Blue, Crazy Cuttlefish.
Thriving competition. Sounds
We
like.
have to know, we had to start at the beginning.
What's going on?
What is dragon boat racing?
Yeah, so it's a tradition that started in China thousands of years ago.
Okay.
More ceremonial. And then I think in the mid-'70s, Hong Kong put together a race where they turned it from ceremonial to more competitive. And since then, it's grown as a sport more for competitive racing, and then it started spreading to the U.S. from there.
So let me go way back to the old Chinese, it was ceremonial in nature.
Right.
So why would they have done a dragon boat race?
It wasn't. The focus wasn't more on racing. I think it was more of a kind of a cultural. It was to celebrate the life of Qian, which was kind of this Chinese folk hero who did some great things in China. And so they celebrated every year after he had passed away. So it kind of went from there.
Okay.
I got a question. Do you feel like you're carrying on that history when you're on the pedal? Does it remind you every time you think of that?
I mean, it does every once in a while, but because it's just become so competitive now, I think the
adrenaline takes over?
the adrenaline takes over, and now we're kind of focused more on winning a race. Yeah.
Okay. Dragon boat racing. First up, what is a dragon boat?
Okay, so it's a boat that's about 45 feet long.
45 feet?
Yeah. It's
How do you get it there?
They make them. They started making them in China, and now there's a number of different manufacturers. In fact, there's a few now here in the U.S. As well. But the boats that we use come from China, from a company called Champion.
Okay.
And so they make.
But you can't pull that behind your car, can you? I guess you can.
Yeah, we need trailers and shipping containers.
I mean, 45 feet, that is a big trailer.
Yeah, people are shipping dragons all around the country.
I know.
Right? Where's our dragon trailer, right?
Yeah, so is it similar to a canoe? Or more like a rowboat?
It's made out of wood and plastic. It weighs about 450 pounds, so it's definitely not something that you can just throw on top of your car.
Right.
You need definitely a trailer to pull them around. So it's quite a bit of a logistical feat to get them here, for sure.
I love what I'm learning right now. It's so good. And then, so how many people sit in a boat, and then do you guys row, or do you have a motor on the back?
Yeah.
Wish
we had a motor.
Yeah.
Make things
Sounds
a lot easier. It's a boat that has 10 rows of seats.
Okay.
Each row can hold 2 paddlers, so there's 20 paddlers, and then there's a drummer in the front and a steers person in the back, and it's all powered manually through just paddling. And I think that's one of the first misnomers that people have about the sport, because rowing is so popular and it's an Olympic sport, so a lot of people mistake it for rowing, but it's actually paddling, which there's a myriad of differences between the two sports.
Yeah, I'm just thinking from a commonsensical point, the rowing is, a little bit more of this, and paddling is more this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
okay. And then, I have so many questions. Do you have a question you want to jump in?
I have about the drummer.
What's the drummer?
The drummer keeping rhythm? Is it almost like the coxswain and the?
So the drummer's role is more ceremonial.
Okay.
Yeah, so during practice we typically don't have a drummer out in front, although in races they typically require it. So they don't actually set the tone, or they basically look at the first 2 paddlers in the front seat, and then they'll synchronize the drum to what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, the drummer's actually following what the paddlers are doing.
So he's just kind of like boom.
Yep.
Boom.
Right.
And trying to get a cadence for you guys.
Exactly.
Right. And is it like rowing? The more in sync you all can be, the faster the boat's going to go?
Yeah, exactly. They say, the three most important things in dragon boat paddling is timing, and timing.
And timing.
So, yeah, exactly. So
does
that's key.
it spill over to your professional life? That rhythm, that timing, helping your engineering?
I'm still trying to find an application for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the blend here, Mr. Dragon.
No, this is
boat,
the unblend.
engineering.
There's no blend. This is the unplug.
There is none.
It's funny you say that though, because there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from the sport, in terms of just the teamwork, the camaraderie. And everybody has a role in the boat. There's sections in the boat. If you don't do your part, then usually the team is not going to be successful.
I want to hear all of it. Walk me through it. Okay, so you got 45 feet. You got 20 people on the boat. What's the up front people? What do you call them?
Yeah, so the first 3 rows, we call them the pacers.
Pacers.
Yeah, so typically, because the dragon boat tapers at both the front and the back, they typically have to be smaller of stature. These are people who have great timing. So they got to be on sync, because everybody else in the back of the boat behind them are going to watch them for their timing signals, so to speak. As the boat gets bigger in the middle, that's where your larger people will sit, because it's wider there. So rows 4, 5, 6, and 7, we call the engine room.
Engine
room, yeah.
Like it.
So these are the people who are really going to power the boat and provide most of the propulsion. And then the last 3 rows, 8, 9, and 10, we call them the rockets or the boosters. And typically these people have, they're the kind of unsung heroes. They have to work with water that's extremely fast moving. And so if they do not navigate that water with expertise, the water will move them rather than them moving water. And so you can easily lose paddlers or lose their output if they don't know what they're doing.
Where are you in the equation?
I typically sit in the engine room.
You're in the engine room.
Right.
And those are for the bigger, stronger people?
That's always one of the. Do you have to be stronger, more in shape to be in different areas? Is it all timing?
No, it's not all timing. In fact, being fit, having power, working out of the gym, I think is a very important part of dragon boat paddling, because you're basically racing against other teams, so you really have to put some power. It's a sprint.
Yeah.
It's not a long distance.
That's the next question is so what happens in a race? You're at one side of Tempe Town Lake, and you're going to the other side of the lake, so how far in distance are you traveling?
Yeah, so there's a couple of different race formats. For the Tempe Festival, we have a corporate competition, which is 250 meters.
Okay.
And that typically takes about a minute to a minute and a half for most corporate teams to complete. But for a club crew that practices year-round, they use the longer distance, which is 500 meters, which is kind of the standard race format. 500
meters sounds like a long clip.
Yeah, it's takes about
3 minutes?
Two to 2.5 minutes to complete that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a sprint.
So it's a sprint, but it does require cardio. You can't sprint all out for that amount of time.
Yeah, I was
your
going to
body
say,
starts
wow.
to gas out. So
we're lats are the key. Huh?
Yeah, lats are a big part of it. Yeah, so
that's the latissimus dorsi for anybody.
Wow, Mr. Doctor.
Ready to go.
Yeah, Mr. Doctor, you spend enough time there. You should know some
stuff.
stuff.
Time with these guys. I've learned some body parts, right? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. My best friend growing up was a gymnast, and I was always so envious of his body because he just had that incredible V shape on the back, right? His lats were so strong. He could pull himself in those rings and spread his arms out and just hold himself there. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? And then I had a girlfriend of mine, not a girlfriend, but a girlfriend of mine who was a rower. And same thing, just that amazing V-shaped body because it's all this strength of just going. Now, what are the most common injuries?
There's a lot of shoulder injuries.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so there are certain ways that people will typically or naturally try to paddle where they'll try to get extra reach with their shoulders, and this actually causes excessive shoulder injury. So we tend to teach people to lower their shoulders so that it prevents injury.
Okay.
They're teaching quarterbacks that now in the NFL. Do you read that? They're dropping their shoulder because when you go over the shoulder, it does wear and tear. So
sure.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So, you have this organization that's got, the Snapdragons and the Cuttlefish and the Riders and the Dragons and all the Dragons, and then but there's also Team USA,
Right.
which is what you're wearing. You're sporting this, and I saw this online. You guys have been to many different countries to do this type of racing.
Yeah.
So do they take all the best people and they make Team USA? Are there like qualifications to get in?
Yeah, there's a governing body called USDBF, United States Dragon Boat Federation.
Yeah.
And they once every 2 years, and this was a year, they basically make a call out to paddlers all across the U.S. To become a member and then try out for the U.S. national team, which typically means that you'll fly to a city where they will host some kind of a regional camp, along with some time trials where you get into a single-man craft and do a time trial to see how fast you are.
It's fascinating, man. Well, they've won 3 medals.
Yeah.
Any
in this
recently?
competition.
Any update?
2023, they were they placed what 16th.
Yep.
Yeah, and that which may not seem like a great finish, but how many boats are there?
There's
Don't say 17.
No, there's over 30 teams, 30 countries that participate.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's a fierce competition.
Who's the country to beat? Is it China because they invented it? Are they still like the stronghold on it, or are the Americans taking over?
They're up there, but
Yeah.
The team to beat right now is Canada.
Really?
Yeah, they take it every cycle.
Those
They're
darn
just-
Canadians.
They're
Freaking
dominant.
Canadians,
Yeah.
huh?
They're dominant.
You know, I know
Okay.
we were talking about the competitive side, but I've also read, Ben, there's a side that they work with adaptive sports. So people,
right on.
Yeah, so with our people we've had on the show, probably Kelsey.
Arizona Disabled Sports, yeah, we had the Billy 360.
Yeah, Guy,
Yeah.
Gus Lazar.
How
Talk
do you
about
get them
that.
on the boat? Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, in fact, we have a team that is run by our steer, Michelle Lay, who works and partners with Ability 360 to bring in a lot of their staff and equipment and people to help run an adaptive team.
So cool.
Yeah, they were practicing just last night. Yeah,
That's
they call it
awesome.
Team Blue. Yep.
So they're part of that. They're part of that crew too.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
And there's
Yeah.
actually a para division in Team USA, so they just started that last cycle. So they're starting to be a lot more inclusive.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love that.
I bet it's interesting having a sport that you participate in where every single time you tell people what you do, you have to explain what it is. Or am I wrong? Am I like one of the unique people that doesn't know what dragon boat racing is?
No, it's still kind of a niche sport,
Yeah.
but it's growing very fast.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
It does sound cool. I know. Like, we need to move the needle boat.
Yeah.
See what we can do.
Yeah.
But I hear it's the fastest growing sport in North America. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's literally races every weekend.
Come on, Ben. We
across
know
the
that's
nation.
pickleball. We know that's pickleball.
Well, no, just say it. Just keep saying it. It's faster than pickleball.
We know it's pickleball.
I'm
Come on.
partial.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
a little partial. So
I love
I'm so
it.
glad you came and introduced
Yeah.
us to this today.
Absolutely.
You got a softball for him?
Yeah, we got some. Let's say you got to put your thinking cap on for
All
this.
right.
Okay.
Look,
Mr.
I never
Jesse.
know what's coming here, Ben. So
all right.
fair warning.
If your Dragon Boat team were starring in a live-action sports documentary, what moment from your paddling journey would make the opening scene?
oh boy. I would say probably some of the training that goes into it that a lot of people don't see, especially if you're trying out for the national team. A lot of the people on my team who indicate a desire to do this, first thing I tell them is that, okay, you're going to have to be mentally tough. And one of the things that means is that there's going to be mornings in January where it's raining, it's overcast, it's freezing cold, and most people are in bed all warm, and you'll be out on the lake where there's rain hitting you, it's miserable, and you got to decide this is going to be worth it. And so I would probably shoot to a scene where they're out there.
Great
I
opening
love
scene.
that.
Great opening
Raining,
scene.
cold.
Beautiful.
And, Coach, I mean, is there yelling involved? Is there like, we need to move? Is there like
Oh,
that
yeah,
stuff? Oh
yeah.
yes.
Is there a lot of talking on the boat?
Yeah.
We try to minimize that, but
Yeah, I
you
can
know,
imagine.
people like to
little
kind
bit
of
fired up.
socialize. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it can get kind of noisy.
Yeah. Now,
love
like
that.
when
I
you're
love that
correcting
answer.
people, what kind of corrections do you have to offer?
So every team has their own particulars in terms of the kind of technique that they teach, and so our team is no different. And so there's certain things that I'll insist on in terms of things that they do with how they position their arms and, which parts of their body are being utilized for the stroke and things like that. So it's one of these things where if you develop bad habits early and you build that into muscle memory, it's very hard to undo it. And so there's just a lot of correction, a lot of drills we use in order to make sure that doesn't happen.
Is there like a body type that's like the perfect body type for this sport?
I think so. I was just talking to a guy on our team last night who's very tall, long, big torso, long arms, and he's got a really long
limbs.
Yeah, long limbs. And within 6 months, he has developed into an elite paddler, much to the surprise of all of us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I fully expect he and his wife actually are probably going to be in the next cycle of Team USA.
Yeah, that's amazing. The leverage those guys get,
Yes.
though, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Their body position.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, it's been fun to visit with you, man.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
you
Yeah.
so
And
much for coming on.
And
to tell
there's
us
one
about
thing
this.
you can't say anymore for the rest of your life,
Which
that you
is-
don't know what dragon boating is.
I know
'cause
what it
you
is
are
now.
like, more than you know what it is. You could almost start teaching about
I
it.
could teach people about it. Yeah, I
love
don't think
that.
I could teach people how to, but I'm clear. I
You
got
could tell
I got
them about
the,
it for
I got
sure.
The, what is it? The Pacers, the engine, and
the
the rocket
teams.
boosters. That's
the
a good
fastest
group.
growing sport, all sorts of data.
Right. All right. So March. What do we have a date yet?
It's usually the last weekend of March.
Okay.
Yeah.
At Tempe Town Lake.
Tempe Town Lake,
Okay.
right.
And then if people want more information, what's the best kind of portal to walk through?
The best one would be go to our association, which is AZDBA, Arizona Dragon Boat Association, but AZDBA, the acronym, .org.
Okay.
And it's got everything you need to know to find out about, the festival and all our teams.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much
Yeah,
for having
good luck.
me.
This is cool, right?
Yes, love it. Yeah.
So fun, man.
Education today, yeah.
AZDBA.org.
Another
Let's see
team-
if these
another-
guys can keep it up.
Another team to root for. Another local
I
team
know.
to root for.
I know.
Come and cheer us
Yeah,
on.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I love it.
we got to come down and experience this. All right, tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to sit down with Erika Frost. If your life is in a place right now where it's not making a ton of sense to you, maybe something she will say can get you there. We'll see you in a minute.
At Vero Chicago Pizza Ahwatukee, we focus on quality and a great pizza experience.
With over 30 years in the business, we've perfected our craft to bring you the best. Our pizzas are made with top quality ingredients, creating rich flavors that capture the essence of Chicago-style pizza. And our family recipes like the homemade meatballs and Italian beef sandwich add a special touch to our menu. Enjoying a meal at Vero is about more than just food. It's about making memories with friends and family in a welcoming space.
Join us at Vero Chicago Pizza Ahwatukee and taste the difference for yourself.
Hi, I'm Kim Selchin, owner of Tutor Doctor of Ahwatukee, Chandler, and Gilbert. We understand every student is unique, which is why we meet them where they feel most at ease, whether online, at home, or in a public space. Our academic coaching is designed to help even the brightest students overcome organizational challenges, sharpen study skills, and build confidence, empowering them to achieve their best. From kindergarten to adult, we believe every student can be successful. We also have expert SAT and ACT coaches to help teens with college admissions and scholarships. I'm excited to learn how we can partner with your family to help today's learners become tomorrow's successful adults.
Well, welcome back. Segment number 2 of our Move the Needle YouTube and podcast series. And we've got some exciting news before we get to our guest. Jeremy Strauss, the general manager of Foothills Golf Club, just walked out. What did he whisper in your ear?
He whispered in my ear that we want to give kind of an official date. Opening is on schedule. We're now the end of October 24th, so stay tuned. Perfect for golf season. That's like, the weather, that's like,
Yeah.
it's like absolutely perfect.
The ryegrass is
so
in.
stay tuned. Right out, the work they're doing out here is amazing. So people are going to be impressed. So
All right. Good
we
news.
go.
Good news. Well, we're about to get more good news. We're
Yeah.
sitting down with Erika Frost today. She calls herself a transformation coach, but there's a lot more to her story. And I kind of teed this up for people before you got here. I said, look, if your life doesn't make a lot of sense, there's a good chance Erika's going to say something that can help you out in our next segment. So I'm going to put that intention out there.
Thank you.
That you will do that. I want to start at
Absolutely.
the beginning with you, though. I
Okay.
noticed on your website that you said, my journey began 20 years ago when I had a near-death experience that completely reshaped my experience.
Yeah.
What's the first question I want to ask you? What is this experience? What happened to
Yeah.
reshape the way that you look at life?
Well, I died. I died and I came back from a car accident. And remember it like it was yesterday, and it really did impact my entire trajectory. I was training as a ballet dancer when I was 20, and that's when it happened. And I thought I wanted to be a professional ballet dancer. That was my calling, I thought.
Right.
And I came back, and suddenly it was no longer.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you literally, like, the doctor said you're dead? Like,
yes, on the side of the road, I-10 to be exact.
It's so dangerous. It's one
Yes.
of the most dangerous roads I've known in America.
Really?
Sure,
Oh, I didn't know that.
True.
This was back in the early 90s when it happened, so it was quite a while ago. But I didn't know it at the time. I have epilepsy, and I had my very first grand mal seizure while I was driving my car.
Oh, no.
And that's what happened. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like drove off the road or ran in the...
No, I guess because I had the grand mal, so your body stiffens. Somehow I managed to like hit the gas and the brake at the same time, and I spun in the opposite direction and started driving down I-10 in the opposite direction.
Oh, no.
I didn't hit anybody else, and how that did not happen, well, I think it was
Divine,
divinely
yeah.
protected.
You're like
so
the OG wrong way driver.
Yeah, no
I mean, my goodness.
Didn't hit anybody.
gracious.
What time of the day
She's
was
like,
this?
I was doing wrong way driving before it was
Yeah,
cool.
right.
Before it was a thing.
Exactly.
That is
Middle
so
of the day.
wild.
Nobody was there.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're glad
Yeah.
you made it.
Thank you.
So I
Yeah.
can imagine, I mean, Steve, you have to think about this. Like, if you have a near-death experience, if that doesn't change you in almost all the ways, I can't help you.
Yeah. I might even hear a little bit more than I'm always intrigued by this. How much, depending on how much you want to share, not to
Yes.
go along, like, what did like, at least those few moments, because a lot of people experience the same things, and that's what I'm interested to hear. So
You want to know if
Yes.
there was a light?
no, they most people, well, they say that too, but most people say that they are watching the whole scene and they're hovering and they see their body. Almost everybody says that.
Yeah.
Is that your case?
Well, so it was not for me. It was very quick. So one moment I'm driving, and the next minute I'm as real as like we're sitting here at this table. I'm sitting at a table across from somebody. And the only way I knew that this was different was how I felt. And it was complete and total peace. It was no fear, it was home in every stretch of the terms. There was shifting and changing. That was just the initial, like, I'm driving and then here I am. And the colors were insane. Like, there's no English language to describe the vividness of these colors.
And a lot of people say that. A lot of people say colors they didn't know existed, correct?
Yeah.
Like,
yes, 100%.
So my question is, this obviously transformed you wanting to be a ballet
yeah.
star in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
So what happened next from that?
Well, I came back and I didn't want to come back. And, that's something that a lot of near-death experiencers or survivors say. And it's true. There was such a heavy grief, such a sadness and anger. In fact, when the paramedic brought me back, I wanted to just I was angry. I said, no, I don't want to come back. So, and then navigating epilepsy for that first year, it just took its toll. And I went another direction because my body changed.
Yeah.
My body and my mind.
In every way,
In
shape,
every
and form,
way,
which kind of
yeah.
like set you up for where you're at today, right?
Yes,
like now,
100%.
You're a medium. You've got this gift to help other people find their own clarity
Yeah.
and empowerment and deeper connection. You do one-on-one chakra-based coaching, hypnotherapy,
Yes.
integrative guided meditations.
I didn't know about medium.
She's my jam. These are my people.
I love that.
Love talking to these kinds of folks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then hit her with some of your intrigue.
I guess one of the questions is walking between both worlds, guiding people between grief and spiritual awakening. In your view, what's the most common invisible barrier that people face?
Themselves.
Okay.
Really, it's just themselves. It's all the stories that we tell ourselves that aren't true, and so we have to go through the layers of that. Really, it's just and myself too. I'm not excluded from that because we're all human, and so there's a density here that doesn't exist when we're home, and we can get caught in that density
Every day of my life.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And same, it's it's part of why we're here too.
Yeah.
You know, it's to learn how to navigate that. So the short answer, it's ourselves.
Makes a lot of sense.
I kind of figured that, but I know how you untangle that so easily.
Well, I
but-
would think like first key would be become self-aware. Like first thing is like, oh, okay, I have a story.
Awareness.
I have a version of a story that I'm telling myself and that the world is telling me. That's the first thing I need to kind of like confront.
Yes.
And start to getting curious about how to unwind it.
Yes,
Yeah?
exactly. 100%. And usually it's something significant that happens in our lives that will shake us awake. And you know,
It's a good term, shake awake.
yeah, and it usually is connected to some kind of loss or disappointment or you know, something unexpected. And then we get kind of like, whoa, this was not what I thought, and you go into a heavy state of grief and a heavy state of this can't be it. And then we decide to, you know, wake up a little bit.
It's really interesting, and I'm on the stage a lot delivering some of the stuff that you talk about, and I really tell people, like, for most people to change, you have to get into a point in your life where you're like, this isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
There's no part of this that fits. It doesn't make any sense. And what's interesting is that most people have to get to that point before they will make a dramatic change in their life.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is the change is available to you right now while everything's going okay. Like,
Yeah.
right? Couldn't you just start to fine-tune that piece of your life?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to wait till the bottom
Yeah,
falls
wait
out,
for- yeah, wait
everybody.
for crisis time,
Right.
right.
Yeah, but there's something when we're comfortable. There's something in that you know, waking up is not always the most comfortable thing.
It's very uncomfortable.
Because it will often trigger a lot of change and things like that. So when we stay in that cocoon of you know, well, things are going okay. Do I really have to like you know, look over here? It just, I think that it's an innate part of just protection. And
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But do you think, and do you agree with the statement that more and more people are chasing that awakening?
100%.
Yes.
Yes, 100%. We're in this shift. Really, it's, you know, some people say it's the 3D and the 5D, and are you familiar
No.
with those dimensional aspects?
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
70.
The 70. Yes.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. There's a. I mean, I'm not versed in quantum physics, but I find it fascinating, and it
It's
seems
totally
to
fascinating.
align with my near-death experience quite a bit. So, yeah, we're shifting. Our consciousness is awakening.
Did you have this medium ability prior to your death, or is this something that you went upstairs and you grabbed something and brought it back with you?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Essentially, I came back. I didn't have that before. I was always a sensitive person, and I was very I understood that our soul never died. I lost my mom when I was 6, and so she came back to me through a dream when I was a little girl, and I remember that as vividly as I remember my near-death experience. So I always was prone to understanding that there's an afterlife. However, I didn't have the ability to communicate or connect with loved ones on the other side until after the near-death experience.
Do you remember the first time that it showed? Yeah. So the first time it showed up, were you like, go away?
Yeah, I thought I was crazy. In fact, so crazy that I ended up seeking out a therapist because I thought I can't function.
Yeah.
And it was because of her that she taught me about, you know, psychic abilities, mediumship work, and all of that. And I mean, I am so grateful for her because not many therapists back then understood any of
Right.
that. Most therapists would have
Let
sent me
write
to
you a prescription
exactly.
for something.
Right.
You need some sleep.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it was through her guidance, really.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
how do you use that skill to help people? I imagine it's very beneficial in grief.
Yes, it is. Though it's really important to, you know, not just impose the message.
Right.
And when I work with people, I often ask, are you open to hearing a message from your loved ones? Sometimes they will come in. With my hypnosis, a lot of times if they want to reconnect with their loved one, I guide them through a journey to have their own connection and conversation, because we can do that in our subconscious
Who would
state.
you like to talk to, Steve, from that's
slew of
gone?
people. I mean, my grandmother. I mean, gosh, a lot of people, my family members. I have lost a best friend.
Yeah.
I say I say I can't wait to connect with them again because, I'm a believer in people use that word soul, your energy. It's what I read. It's expansive, much bigger than we can possibly imagine.
100%.
And all these neat things. I mean, I'm again, like, I look forward to that experience, I guess, like everybody talks about. I'm not afraid of it. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, for sure. Erika, do you ever
absolutely.
have conversations with your mom?
It's funny. I did a lot. And then not so much anymore.
Yeah.
It's
because they're kind of like, hey, leave me alone. I got my own thing going up here.
She's like, you're good.
Yeah, I'm up here in bliss.
Exactly.
Give me a break.
I know.
I'll see you soon enough.
Well, it is true. There is a humor. I love that you say that because we often, it's hard for us here, right? This density, we hang on, we latch on, but the other side, it's so different, and there's such a lightness to it, and a jovialness to it.
Yeah. I have a question on that. This might be naive of me thinking. So when you're with somebody and you're sensing, that there's a loved one speaking to them, do you think is it coming from outside or is it coming right from inside the person? Is the person speaking through? Is it coming right through that person, I guess? Is that the right question?
No, that's a great question. And I think every medium works a little different. So what I experience would be completely different than either of you if you had mediumship skills. Or maybe it would be the same, So for me, it's typically an external and internal knowing. So sometimes
like that.
it's like a dual thing.
Yeah,
so
fascinating.
fascinating.
I'm just thinking like aloud, I wonder if the energy would, instead of being out there, would be able to go like in the person. You're able to
like a channel.
Like a channel.
Yeah.
To the actual person that's one, like, can I speak to my parents? And they're right there.
I can imagine people come
interesting.
through you with messages and things that they want folks to hear.
Yeah.
You have a 7-week transformational journey that you've created called Rise and Thrive.
Yes, correct.
And this is for anybody really who is looking to shed the weight of emotional wounding, grief, this inner disconnection, and really just in it to get to the truth of who they are.
Yeah.
And so talk to me a little bit about this 7-week transformational journey and some of the components that you walk people through.
Sure, absolutely. So this journey and program was actually created because of my own journey and experience and healing work.
Are.
Yeah. So
seems like
yes. And so I use hypnotherapy, and we work with the chakras. So I take people through.
Do you know what the chakras are?
I believe I do.
Okay.
Yeah, the energy. The 7 energy centers. We actually have a whole lot more, but we recognize
Throat chakra,
the 7.
root chakra, all of them.
Yeah, I love that you know that.
Yeah. Some people say even more, right? I mean,
there's hundreds of them, but we focus on the main 7, and there's even a 8th, but we don't talk about that one a lot either in the lineup.
That's the big toe chakra.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of people have trouble with that one. You ever stubbed it and it's like
right? It really hurts for a long time.
Hurts for a long time. Yeah, it's super cool. So so you're back to the journey that you put people on. So you're working them through some of these chakras.
Yeah, we start at the base, which is at the base of the spine, the root chakra. It's where the foundation of who we are lives. In a nutshell, I'm really oversimplifying it for this. But yeah, we work 7 weeks, so each chakra per week. And we do a hypnosis session for each week. And then I record integrative guided meditations, and you listen to that in between our sessions. And then there's a workbook that correlates with it. So it offers somatic type of practices, moving energy through the body, journal prompting, so it helps with the mind. This is a system that's really designed to work through the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, the energetic body, so that we can spiritually align to our purpose. So it, all these modalities are really great on their own. Hypnosis is great on its own. Therapy is great on its own.
Meditation's good on its
all
own,
of it.
right?
But I found a way to put it all together that made sense because helped me.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
That's so cool. Well, we just last week we had on Dr. Dave, who's my partner on a podcast that I have called Learn from People Who Lived It. And we actually created a 6-week wellness course called Revive and Thrive.
Oh, I love that.
And,
We're on the same wavelength.
I know we are on the same wavelength. That's the first thing I thought when I was getting ready for this. I was like, wow, okay. So we're connected in some way, shape, or form. But, you know, ours isn't quite as soulful as yours are. A little bit more like, you know, movement, managing expectations, forgiveness, trying something new, that kind of a thing. But like what you're doing for people is so good because in my opinion, and look, I've been through this dance before, sometimes you sit with a healer like this and she'll say something and, you know, you have the ability to ask the right questions and you're sitting there and you're like, whoa, like that felt really true to me.
Yeah.
Like that felt like something that I need to work on. And it's interesting because if you can unstuck some of these things, well, you can start to feel a lot more in alignment with yourself.
Yes.
And then you notice that a lot of the little crap that you're dealing with sort of seems to fade away. Is that your experience as well?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, I always think about that book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's really very true. And we get stuck in our thoughts. We get stuck in those old stories. But when we align, suddenly we're not moving from fear anymore. We're moving from our truth. So I've just noticed really big transformations with my clients, which I get so excited by.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
Because the light bulb goes on and all of a sudden they see themselves for the first time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, softball question time.
You mentioned things you could say. If you could whisper one message to every person in the world for just 1 minute, what would you say and what would you think would shift in them if they truly heard it?
I love that question.
I want to answer too, Steve. So.
Okay, round 1, 2.
Okay. So when you're on your deathbed, what do you want to remember?
Ooh. When you're at the end of the line, what do you want to remember?
Yeah. Do you want to live in love or in fear? So.
Yeah, but I'm good at living in fear.
I've
been trained.
We all are.
Everybody's an athlete. Yeah, all right?
Tons of people are.
I
in
won
that
the gold
club.
last year, just for the record. Okay?
Right.
I know we have Mr. Dragon Boat on, but I won the gold.
Okay, and what would you whisper, my friend?
I would whisper probably the most powerful words that I heard that really shifted my life, which was when somebody told me, "You're not broken. There's actually nothing wrong with you. We just need to get you back into your alignment." You know, because I think you walk around the world feeling like something's wrong with me, like I'm the one who's causing all of these things. And like, look, don't get it twisted. You are. But here's the good news is that you can fix it. You can solve it. You can step back into alignment. And so I think that idea of, hey man, there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
I know it feels like the world is so messed up right now, but but you're okay.
100%. And, you know, that brings me to, well, everything is temporary.
Yes.
Like everything is temporary, the good and the bad. So if we can remember that, we can just keep moving forward. So
I could sit and talk to Erika for 3 hours.
Same.
Easily.
Same.
Easily.
Yeah.
What's the best portal for people to walk through to get in touch with you? You have a website set up, or you prefer to get through Instagram or Facebook or something?
My website, it's just my name, erikafrost.com.
With a K?
Spelled with a K, yep. Yeah. Or you can find me on Instagram at Erika Frost Official. So either way, you can reach out to me, book a discovery call. I offer a 45-minute just connect. Let's see where you're at.
I'm coming. I've been really feeling called to getting more Reiki done.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah. So I'm because I get stuck in my throat chakra a lot, and I believe I know what that's tied to, and we'll dance on that another time. But yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in. You ever had Reiki?
I have.
Yeah. Okay, with the mother-in-law.
Yeah, and other people as well. I'm totally. I've had different types. I've had like actually like an adjustment, like somebody with their feet, like it was really different. It was a different, like healing, like what normally would people call reflexology.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it was somebody that did Reiki.
Okay.
And she was, I guess, stepping on my chakras from.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
that is
So,
interesting.
no, I've definitely
I
explored
never
a
heard of
little
that
bit.
before, Steve. You might want to go back
Yeah.
there and ask her what the hell that was all about.
Yeah, I mean, she was-
She thinks, listen, I just need to stand on
Hey,
you.
but it was in Boulder, Colorado, so
Oh,
it
even
had
better,
to be
even
cool,
better.
right?
She's all in. All right.
It was with good intention.
yeah,
That's all that
right,
matters.
right. Final question for you. I noticed that you have some mala beads
I do,
on your hand as well.
yes.
What do you, when you
My
rotate your
bracelet.
beads, what are you saying?
Well,
Do you have different mantras?
different ones
Okay, I only have
depending
one,
on where
so-
I'm at. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you run it, or is it
Yeah.
private?
No, I'm happy to share. I mean, some of my favorite ones, like for me, it's everything is temporary.
Yeah, okay, good.
It's the impermanence of our life. So that's the one that I work with the most.
Okay.
Is reminding myself that.
This
and
is
then,
temporary.
Absolutely. And then of course sending love out into the world. Yeah.
Mine is I let go and I trust the process of life. That's when
I
I'm running
love
it.
that.
That's all I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I'm usually running it in cases where I'm somewhere I don't really want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love hearing.
I'm working it.
I love hearing both of those stories, amazing stories. But for the people out there too, I don't even know what those are. We started. No,
Mala
what is it
beads,
called?
Yeah, they're
have
what are they
no
called?
clue.
Mala beads,
Mala.
prayer
Yeah.
beads. Other people
It's like-
call them.
You could
But-
liken it to maybe potentially a rosary.
Okay,
Oh
so,
yeah, for sure.
So how do you spell
So-
it? I mean,
M-A-L-A?
M-A-L-A?
Yeah.
Mala
Just
beads.
mala beads.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Maybe I've been
Yours
living in
are
the
cool.
room.
You got like little emeralds
thank
in
you.
yours.
I made this.
You did make it? I've been
Yeah.
thinking about making my own too.
Wow, look
Yeah.
at making things. I must be living in the wrong part of town or something.
You gotta start hanging out with us,
Hey,
man.
Yeah,
the Mala crew.
Yeah.
Max doesn't have any Mala beads. Okay.
He has no beads. He has no beads just yet.
He wears it on his ankle.
All right, look.
There we go.
Thank you very much for being a guest on our show.
It's my
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you,
Thank you
Erika.
for having me.
Enjoyed it so
Pleasure.
much.
Yeah,
and
same.
we'll send everybody to the website. The links to her will be in our show notes. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, as promised in our earlier segments, as I was mentioning, if you're struggling in small business and you're looking for somebody that can help you out a little bit, I think our next guest has just the answer for you. We'll see you in a minute.
Buying or selling a home is one of the most important decisions you're going to make, so you deserve someone who truly cares about your journey. I'm Amy Richardson with the Savvy Realty Group and HomeSmart. Living and raising my family in Ahwatukee for nearly 20 years, this community isn't just where I work, it's my home. Growing up in the Midwest, I learned early the importance of connections and relationships. These values shape everything I do. From our initial conversation to long after you've settled into your new home, I'm here to provide ongoing support and guidance. From staging to cutting-edge marketing strategies, we expertly showcase your home to sell swiftly for the highest possible price. So if you're ready to buy or sell, please reach out to me. And remember, important decisions require savvy solutions.
Hi there, my name is Mathew Blades.
And I'm Steve Petz, and together we host the YouTube and podcast series Move the Needle.
And we're reaching out to you because we're looking for incredible guests in our community who are doing just that, moving the needle. So who are you thinking?
Restaurant owners, business owners,
Yes.
educators, coaches.
Professional baseball, football, basketball, whatever, former athletes, nonprofit leaders, speakers, authors. If you're moving the needle in our community, we'd love to feature you on our podcast.
Really, if you're a person of impact, positive impact, trying to transform
You don't want
people's
anybody
life-
with negative impact?
No negative
Okay,
impact.
that
No
seems fair.
negativity. That's the only criteria. How about that?
All right, if you're interested in being a guest on our Move the Needle YouTube and podcast series, hit the link below and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to segment number 3 of our Move the Needle YouTube and podcast series. It's been such a good show so far. Learning about
Fantastic.
dragging boat races.
Love it.
We
Totally.
learned about Reiki and like mediumship and all the cool things that Erika does.
Interesting, intriguing, exciting.
What I like about this show, honestly, is every guest is different.
Yeah.
There's a different thing coming to the table.
And they all live right around us too. This is
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about Move the Needle. We are highlighting people within our communities.
Yes.
Which I love.
And we're getting ready to bring in Nicole Burbank here in just 1 second. Before we do, thanks again to people like Amy Richardson from the Savvy Realty Group and Keystone Montessori, the Tutor Doctor, Alex down at Vero Pizza, best pizza on planet Earth. They're just so good to us, and they sponsor this
Yes.
show, and we're asking you to kindly support them. They're your neighbors in our backyard. backyard, and they could use your support.
And our amazing host tonight, the Foothills Golf Club, which
I think you're going to talk about me.
Oh, no. You as well.
Thank you.
You as well. That host and the venue host.
No, I'm talking about the bunker.
Yeah, the bunker. They become. This is like one of our home bases.
Yeah.
Really, we will be here many times this year. So we love Jeremy. We love the course, and they're doing amazing things here. They're redoing it. This is a Troon course, and
October 24th. That's the opening day.
It's going to be Troon Gold, they say. Yeah.
So let's bring in Nicole Burbank.
Yes.
You just literally walked into my life.
I tend to do that.
Not even 2 weeks ago.
That quick, wow.
I'm serious. Yeah. So get this. We were at church at the Grove out in Gilbert, where I go to church, and I guess she does too. And we're walking out with this woman, and she's like, "Hey, you got to meet Erika," and then, you got to meet Nicole, and so we strike up this little conversation, and your daughter Willow was there with us as well. Next thing you know, we're on a call, we're meeting up for coffee. Next thing you know, her and I meet tomorrow, and we're like, I'm going to be doing some of her business coaching classes.
Wow.
And so when I mean like she literally walked into my life, she literally walked into my life. Does it feel that way to you with everybody you work with?
Everyone. It's so funny that it really is like that. And I'm so grateful for it because I am really purposeful in how I work with people. And I just feel like it's always divine and coincidental, not coincidental in any way. It's just like, whoa, we were meant to meet. I have this thing I can help you with. And then it catapults either their personal or their business life. Yeah.
Super cool, huh?
Love that.
Yeah, Steve loves talking business.
Yes.
So you're a business strategist. You say you specialize in bridging the gap between personal development and operational excellence.
Yeah.
So let's define those two things for people first. Personal development. How do you see that?
Yeah, so I define it as personal mastery, right? We're all a work in progress. We're all learning. We're all a little bit better than we were yesterday, right? And I just have this obsession with growth and being a better version of myself every day. And so in this want and desire to push myself to the limit, I fell in love with helping other people grow in that way on the personal side. So it's really just about being the best version, challenging yourself and growing.
I love that. That's probably why I like you so much, because I feel that way about myself, right? It's like every day I just want to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
And that's really, I'm in a mission. Okay, operational excellence. Let's define that.
Yeah, and so what's so funny is just like people, businesses need to grow, right? And they need structure and they need foundation and they need to be challenged, they need to be pushed, and they have bottlenecks. And so my career was always in operations. I'm a systems person. I see businesses and I can see where the bottlenecks are. I can see where the problems are. And then I started to realize, oh my gosh, I'm doing it also with the entrepreneurs I'm helping, right? I'm helping their personal life. And I just kind of blended the two together because they really do go hand to hand. Sometimes the entrepreneur is the bottleneck within the business and is operating it incorrectly.
Oh, listen, I am totally in my own way. I am
Sometimes
so
we
in
are.
my own way. It's not even funny. And that's why I can't wait for our meeting tomorrow. It's like, just show me how am I messing this thing up? Like, that's what I want to know.
Yeah. And so I kind of fought it for a really long time, blending the two. I was like, no, I have to be like this, a personal mastery coach, or I have to be the fractional COO coach, and I can't be and I was like, why am I doing this? No, yes, I can. Absolutely, I can, right? I tell people all the time to make their business whatever it is they're passionate about, and I just happen to be passionate about these two things.
Yeah. How do you get people to enact systems that aren't system friendly?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll just take myself for example. Like, I'm a very creative person, but you ask me to come up with a what do they call them? SOP, standard operating procedure. I'm like, can I pass that along to somebody else, please?
Yes. So that's really good. So you utilize your zone of genius, right? So my zone of genius is I'm a builder. I'm analytical. I can see things and build them out successfully, right? So for you, I want you to be that high level creative person. That's your zone of genius. I use it, for example, you would be like a Steve Jobs, right? You invent, you have the creativity side. I don't have that. I'm the person that can build the iPhone to make it successful and have this big impact. So you have to be really strategic about knowing who you are and what you're good at and not trying, like most entrepreneurs try to do, play every part.
All right. When we get some funding, we're hiring her.
Yeah, she's in.
You got me,
Let's
dude?
go.
Yeah.
She is going to be the official coach of this program.
By the way, and she started super early. I read about that. I'm intrigued by this. At age 11.
I know.
You were are those little
mochi.
mochis?
Yes,
okay.
mochi
She
in
was selling
Hawaii.
mochis. Yeah.
Walk that out.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I just saw a problem. I was like, here's the snacks. They sucked. We hated them. No kid liked them. And I was like, bro, I could like make some mochi and sell this for $1 a square. And I mean, I was raking in the cash.
Yeah.
Because every kid, I realized, okay, every kid's parents give them money. They don't like the snack. If I could find something that just hits in the middle, that's easy and low cost. Mochi boxes are super cheap. Well, I don't know about now, but they were then.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my first business, and I fell in love with entrepreneurship. I was like, I'm in. I can never work for somebody. I tried. I worked. My very only corporate job was University of Phoenix, and I lasted but maybe 2 years. I was like, this is not for me. I'm not good at this.
She answered my follow up with that, which was really seeing the whole picture. I mean, really, and being able to put it together.
Yes. And that's my zone of genius, right? Like, what are we serving? Who are we serving? What's the problems? What's the pain points? What's the desires? If we don't know those things, we can't foundationally build a business around that. Same with our personal. If we don't know what is irritating us or making our life chaotic, and we don't know what we desire, we truly desire, how the heck are we clear on where we're going? So we got to get clear on where we're going in both business or personal.
She says on her website, if you feel like you're constantly doing more but getting nowhere, it's time to take a step back. I want to walk that out just a little bit, because I have this really strong sense that that's a lot of people right now. And I had a friend, Courtney McDermott, who's really challenged me to erase the word busy from my lexicon. Like, stop saying you're busy.
Yeah.
Like, I have full days. There are things that go through me, but I am not busy. I am doing exactly what I want to be doing.
Yep.
And so let's walk that out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like to the mom or to the dad who's like, I'm just grinding and I feel like I'm getting nowhere.
Yeah.
What are you saying to them?
You're not in touch with your feelings. You're not truly calling yourself out. Because if you would just recognize, oh my God, I'm just overwhelmed. This is just a lot. It's a heavy day. It looks really, really big. Emotionally, our brains go like this, right?
Yeah.
And so what we have to do is take a physical step back, like I say on my website, and really evaluate it and say, okay, actually nothing about this is hard or busy or like scary. It's just my emotions are afraid.
Okay.
And why am I afraid? And then we get to the root cause of that, right?
There it is.
A lot of the time I use the words challenging. Like, I might have a challenging day, right? But it's not hard, right? It's not busy, or it's not those like buzzwords that make us feel negative.
Right.
We have to start to think about that. So, for example, I took on, as a way to give back, I teach a university class at Justice University, and my feelings about it, because my bandwidth's a little stretched thin, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling overwhelmed, right? I just had to own it. I said, okay, I'm just actually feeling overwhelmed. Why are you feeling overwhelmed? I feel like it's taking too much time and the business is suffering. Oh, well, there's your root cause. You just are worried that your business isn't going to be successful because you took this on as well.
Yeah.
And then you work through that problem.
Is that true or false? Right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then you show your brain ways in which it's not true. Right. And then you choose to believe something different. And as soon as I did, like, worked through that, I was like, oh my God, this is such a breeze. Like, writing the content, doing all this stuff is easy.
This is such a great segue, because, the whole world is buzzing about AI, artificial intelligence. But if I know anything about you, it's you're into the EI.
Yeah. Emotional intelligence,
and not
baby.
EIEIO.
Yeah.
Yes.
EIO.
EI.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
What is that about?
So emotional intelligence is really driving with logic, right? So a lot of the time, most of the people in the world, we're literally driving our car, right? And somebody cuts you off. What do? You're yelling at that car, right?
Yeah.
That would be driving with emotion, right? We want to use logic when we drive. So we can have that emotion, anger. It's not like I don't get mad at people on the road, but they're in the backseat. They're not driving me, right? My logic is always driving. So like I said, I felt overwhelmed. That emotion's valid. I want to validate that emotion. I want to be aware that I'm having that emotion, but I want to logically be like, okay, is it really overwhelming? Or is this just something you're making up in your head because you're scared? Because maybe you're on a growth edge, or maybe because you aren't getting the love you need at home, or maybe you aren't setting the boundaries you need to set, or whatever the thing is.
And Nicole, so some things you just don't like, right? I mean, that's what I find myself, you just don't care. Like, the simplest tasks sometimes just will bother you, just because you just don't like doing it. It's just not something that kind of just jives with. And some things that are difficult, sometimes you'll just.
That's how I feel about invoicing clients.
Yeah, just I
hate this part.
Yeah, that's where administrative work. Truthfully, I'm in the same boat, because I'm a builder, but I'm also a creative, so I'm both sides of that.
Yeah.
And I, as well, like, the worst side of all of us creatives is admin. That's what I mean. Creative, and there's admin.
It's
and
my kryptonite.
admin is, and it's like doing. doing the simplest task. But no, but putting a stamp on an envelope. Sometimes the envelopes will sit unstamped.
I have a good fix for you.
For you know.
All right.
I
She's got a good fix for you.
I don't do that anymore, but you can, because everything's
Okay, but
bill pay.
just in case anybody else does, what's the fix?
Tell me.
Get out of decision debt. Do the thing immediately.
Do it. I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of the Mel Robbins 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Yes. Yeah.
Act on
Yeah.
it.
You just have to act on it, because what happens is that decision debt is fatiguing your brain.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I gotta pull out the chicken. Oh, I gotta take this over here. Oh, I gotta put that stamp on that letter. Your brain is constantly circulating. You've got to get rid of that. Right? You've got to do it immediately to get out of debt. And I love that. I cannot coin that term. I wish I could, but Layla Hermosi talks a lot about that on her podcast.
Alex Hermosi's
yes, wife.
okay.
Yeah, I love her. And she
You know
said,
the
and I was like,
Hermosis?
decision debt. Oh, amazing. That's such a great way to say it.
Yeah, I know every time I'm frustrated, it like when I finally get to the root of it, and sometimes it takes me a couple of days to kind of cycle through it, but it's an action.
Yes.
It's literally all it is for me. It's like
Or
I am
afraid to do the action.
something, but I'm not doing the thing I need to be doing.
So I'm working on it. So you be proud of this. So one thing I've done in life, making my bed, but sometimes I've always too busy. If I'm a little late, you know, I'm not really that little late. I mean, how long? It takes me like 2 minutes. I've stopped no matter what it is, unless there's a fire, which there hasn't been, and I will stop and I will do it, no matter what. If I'm rushing for our conference call in the morning, no matter what it is, and that's kind of like that practice of what you're saying, like I just do it, even though a lot of times I'll feel that emotional. I'll say like I don't have enough time for this. Let me just throw some things apart. I'm like no. Then I'll actually even like make it even a little tighter. Anyways, challenge yourself. Yeah.
Well, and that extends your bandwidth in your mental resiliency, and that's the key. And so I was on another show the other day, and they said, how do you do it all? And I said, my mental resiliency is just really expanded because I constantly am challenging myself. So really, my workload looks really big compared to other people, maybe, but I've worked my way, just like an athlete works their way to a certain level of conditioning, you know?
And you're probably ultra organized too, which I try to pass on to everybody.
Oh, what a gift!
If you're not, how could you remember all those things? You just can't remember if you're not organized. They go hand in hand.
I want to ask you about in one of your blog posts on your website, you said, I dive into how simplifying your approach can actually fuel your success. But I know that people typically will take on the other angle on that. They're like, I just have to work harder. I have to do more. But you're actually suggesting that simplifying it could be the answer.
Yeah.
Why?
Because with clarity, it's simple, right? What we do as humans is we think we are clear in our head, but we haven't put it pen to paper, and we really haven't understood the why. So why are you writing blogs? Why are you trying to get big on social media? Why is your business going this direction? Once we have the clarity around it, then we can simplify it.
Okay.
And it's not so hard, but what happens is a lot of people will run around with the ideas in their head, and they're very disorganized, right? And so you're at that hamster on the wheel.
You can just call me out. I am who she's talking about. Yeah. So Mathew, what he does.
Exactly.
So what are good tools then? Like writing things down, getting it out? I mean, what do you do?
It depends on where you are, right? So if, let's just say you're overwhelmed mom, write out all the things that make you feel overwhelmed. Write out all the things that you need to be supported to actually have your cup full, right? A lot of the time we're just not wearing oxygen masks. It's like, put your oxygen mask on. You're saying yes to everybody else, but you're not taking care of you, right? So that's a harder question to answer because everybody's going to be different on what they're going to do. But if you're in business, it goes, okay, well, I want to be a $1 billion company. Okay, great. Why? And then we work backwards and we get really, really clear on the root cause of the why, right? Like, why is it so important? For me, it's impact. I want to impact the world. I want to educate people. I want people to have the same abilities that I've had because I do truly believe anybody can, right? Yeah. And so my why leads to how I run my business. I'm really clear on the systems based on my why.
What a gem. You got a little softball over there
she's
for
got it
her?
all together. I got some fun stuff maybe. If your business and your life were forced to speak to each other. Business.
Ooh.
Okay.
Speak to each other.
What would they argue about and what would the compromise be?
Ooh, that's a
Actually,
good
like
one.
that
If
question.
they're business and personal and they were arguing about, probably stop obsessing in both. I just have an obsessive personality in the sense I get jived up about everything, so I'm all in, right? But I am, my personal will say you're too business involved, and my business would say, but it's our God's gift to the world. It's how we're supposed to impact. So I think that would be the argument.
Yeah.
Is probably that.
And what would the compromise be? Where would you at? Where would it lie?
Where I am today.
Okay.
Like understanding that I've built my business. So here's an example. I'm from Hawaii. I love Hawaii.
Well, that's two guests from Hawaii
Yeah.
today.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, our
Yes.
first guest was from Hawaii
Oh,
too.
how fun. Okay, cool. So I built more businesses in Hawaii recently so that I get to spend more time in Hawaii. So my personal life gets to then get some fun and play there too. So it's really about kind of intertwining the two. I don't think you ever have balance. I don't believe in balance. I think it's just dependent on where you're trying to go in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love
Anything
that.
else?
No, I mean that was the fun stuff. I mean, and you really covered. I mean, a lot of my questions. I was talking about. I had a question on burnout. I mean, you kind of covered that. You talked about. I was really intrigued about where it started. She
Yeah.
said she's 11 years old.
Well,
she's,
then I got
She's
something.
She's moving and shaking. You go ahead.
Let's kind of wrap up on a conversation about being open-minded.
Yeah.
It very well could be one of the biggest drawbacks to humankind right now is that we have all closed our minds.
Yeah.
And, we've carved out through either social media or whatever. But, if you think about it, it's like you don't follow a bunch of people you don't like.
Yeah.
You don't follow a bunch of people you don't agree with.
Yeah.
We've all carved out like our perfect little corner of the world and nothing can disrupt it or I'm
Until
going
it
to go
does.
crazy, right? And then when it does, we're like, and we get stuck. And so open-minded, when I say those two words to you, what comes to your heart?
Yeah. Diversity. You have to. And believe it or not, there's a study, and I don't know the exact study, but there's a study that shows that people who are open-minded live longer than people who are not. They're more likely to not have Alzheimer's or dementia, right? Because they're actively expanding their minds all the time. So when I say open-mindedness, it's just really seeing and hearing another person. In this world, we talk at people. We
Yes.
don't talk to people.
Yes.
We don't really want to see or hear if they're different from us. And I'm always curious. I'm like, why do they do that? Why
Yeah.
are they like that? And
Right.
if you can lead to curiosity, it will not only help you in your personal life, but in business, you have to be. I am not the smartest person in the room. And the day that I decide I am is the day I'm not winning, right? I have to be curious to understand another's point of view because you might have the most brilliant idea. And if I don't allow
There's
you
no
to
might
say
about
it, yeah, you definitely do. You know what I mean? And I'm closed off to that idea that you might have a better idea than me.
Yeah.
Then I am closed off to the potential of a bazillion-dollar business, right? And so the second you're not willing to at least see and hear, then you're losing the game. And our society teaches us that confrontation is bad, and confrontation with emotion is bad. Confrontation with hate and evil is bad. But good confrontation where you can agree to disagree and not be heated emotionally, that is where we change the world. 100%.
Tension is actually how we grow. I mean, you
Yes.
think about how your muscles grow.
Uncomfortable,
And they
yep.
grow under tension. And we need tension in our lives. But a lot of us don't want to, I'm that way sometimes
Tension
too.
challenge.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I will say that. So I love our mantra with Move the Needle is always when we get together is best idea wins.
Yes.
So then you could put ego aside, and then it becomes like, okay, I can buy in. We all buy into that. Like,
Yeah.
And then you fight for your idea. Well, my idea is better than yours, but it's a different mindset. It's,
Right.
it's almost a game,
Yeah.
right? Instead of a
It's
personal.
a sounding board.
Right.
You guys are able to play back and forth off of each other and really like ping pong and say, okay, well, what could come up if we go this way? What could come up
Right.
if we go this way? Yeah, open-mindedness is, and hey, I'm still working and learning on that one myself. It is not easy when we have conviction and beliefs in things, but I'm always curious to understand a person. At the end of the day, if you can lead with that, like I'm just curious to better understand someone. I think we could all be better that way.
All right. So what's the front door you want people to walk through to work with you? I'm either listening to you, they're like, I got to work with her too.
Yes. So probably just go to my website, NicoleMBurbank.com, or on Instagram. And mainly I play around mostly on Instagram, Nicole.Burbank.
Okay, what's the M stand for?
Michelle, my middle name.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, super. So we'll send people there. We'll link to everybody in the show notes. I'm excited for our meeting tomorrow.
So pumped.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Good. Do him well. Yeah, he needs it.
I do. I need it.
You get 120% of me. There's zero, like, you'll never see me on an 80%.
All right.
By the way,
I'm
I'm just saying he needs it. Everybody needs it, right? Everybody.
I didn't take that the wrong way.
No,
I need it so bad.
But I'm letting you know.
Why do you think I'm working with her?
But I know you got a lot. She's going to probably say, like, you said, like, you're probably doing a lot of things very well, too. Being a little hard on yourself. I'm going to guess that.
Yeah.
But she's always going to give you things you could do better. That's
Right.
all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Cool.
You do well. You
gonna be
do well.
fun.
You do well for yourself, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean,
I'm
you can always
trying.
do better.
He does.
Yeah.
Trying.
Give him a little boost there.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Great
so
to
much
spend
fun.
time with you.
Guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
I
You
had a
bet.
blast.
And look, thanks to Erika Frost and to Ben Choi, the fellow Hawaiian who was
Yeah.
on the
Let's
show.
go.
Have
Yeah.
you ever heard of dragon boat racing?
No.
What?
Oh, okay. So yeah,
You're
like,
from
we had
Hawaii.
never heard of it
You're from
either.
Hawaii. You don't know-
Wait. No.
Yeah.
We'll educate you later.
Team
Yeah.
Team USA. Watch the episode. He'll tell you all about it.
Very
This-
interesting.
this
They do it at
episode's,
Tempe Town Lake.
I might have to meet those guys.
I know. Could be interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting show as always, I would say.
That's it. Thanks again to Amy Richardson from Savvy Realty Group and Keystone Montessori, the Tutor Doctor, of course, and Vero Chicago Style Pizza. We always appreciate their support.
If you say that one more time, you know where I'm going.
You're
I'm headed.
I know how it works.
Have you been over there yet, Nicole?
No,
Ooh.
but I know I'm hungry. It's dinner
you've never
time.
been to
It's
Vero?
right down the street.
yeah,
Vero is
I know.
amazing.
Do they have gluten-free?
No, listen.
Yes.
You need their
good.
you need their cauliflower
Yeah.
crust.
Oh.
It's
okay,
the best.
wait.
Change
Sold.
your
Oh,
life.
it's one of the best. It's the best.
I
That
could eat
sounds
it
like
3
big.
times a
I'm
week.
Italian. That's
yeah,
some
and
big
I might
words.
meet you over there then.
Yeah.
If
Their
you go,
cauliflower
I'll go.
crust
How about
is
that?
legitimately the best pizza in town.
Okay. All
It's
right.
it's because of their cheese.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh,
good.
is
And even
it?
better yet, they
Yes.
sponsor the show. Can you imagine, like, one of
I'm
the
in.
best?
I'm there.
And we got Brooklyn V's over in Gilbert Chandler. One of the best.
But that's
pizza,
New York pizza.
New York pizza there.
I learned that
But
last
in this
week.
part of town, we've got Alex. I mean, we got some of the best in town.
All right, you sold.
all we need.
We love it.
All right, that's a wrap on 59. We'll see everybody for episode number 60 next week. Have a great rest of your week.
Great day.